Okay, so I just wanted to give a quick video overview of what I was talking about on this post because I was like, this is such a good idea. 5 years ago, when Russ and I started the business, I left a digital product management job. And I realized that I have a lot of skills that are fairly specialized and somewhat technical. I was a web developer 20 years ago. And so, I'm not like a super technical person. I'm not a web developer. All of the technology that I knew back then is practically useless now. But I do understand, I do most of my shopping online and I understand what photo continuity looks like. Like, when you have a website and it has consistent looking photos. Or, I know the basics of search engine optimization, and if I don't know something, I can go search for it. You probably know this as well, just because you're my friend and you're on Facebook and we've known each other for years, right? So, if you do most of your shopping online, or if you do even some of your shopping online, or if you use Amazon, then you probably have more skills than you realize. And what I mean by this is that when I left Oprah and I started hanging out with a bunch of independent business owners, what I realized is that the skills of having a website, that an e-commerce website, importing products, making product listings, looking at reports, stuff like that, these are not native things that people are born with. And that sounds ridiculous. I know. It sounds like, of course, that is the truth. Nobody's born with this inherent knowledge, but I had forgotten I was swimming in the water. And I think a lot of my friends are like that. They don't realize how valuable their skills are. And what I started thinking about was this Shopify stuff. It's so easy to set up, and so many small business manufacturers, makers, are on Etsy. Etsy's a deteriorating platform. It's also a platform that it's very difficult to control the branding on, and I'm sure you can think of 1,000 reasons why it's best to have somebody's own domain. It's more professional. You fare better in search engine results. You look like a better company, like a more stable company, not just somebody working out of their basement or their living room. Although there's nothing wrong with working out of your basement or your living room, it's much more professional to have your own website. Shopify is incredibly easy to set up. And this actually happened back in 2014. Our WooCommerce, which is a WordPress plugin, site was hosted on Bluehost, and their site went down their hosting service went down for 3 days. And then also I had been having so many problems with their service, and they kept pushing it back on me like I had done something wrong when in fact it was their whole service that was screwing up. And I think it was Jim, my friend, who pointed out to me that I probably lost more in sales than it would cost to have a really expensive hosted solution, because I had calculated I had lost about $1,000 a day because my site was failing during Christmas, and I was getting angry emails, and you never get a second chance to make a first impression and stuff like that. I mean, it was just really bad. So I figured out that with the money that I lost, I could have easily afforded a more stable e-commerce platform. And so one night I just started poking around on Shopify using their free trial, and click, 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 click. I had imported not only my entire blog from the WordPress site and published it on Shopify, I had also imported all of my products I think I imported them from an old Etsy site that I had, and I just had to do some minor adjustments. It was really not a big deal. I had done the whole thing. I had redone the whole site by dawn, and it was quite easy. And after that, I just never really looked back. And so what I was thinking was that with somebody with good skills, if you found small business owners who you wanted to partner with, not just do this as a service, but partner with, because it requires some mutual trust, and uh, and contracts, make contracts and stuff. But you could probably, for a nominal fee, help them get their products on Shopify. Set the products up. It's very easy. Coach them on how to take good photos. There's so many online resources, and they can even do this themselves. They can look up online resources for how to take good photos. There's so much information out there. And then with your, search engine optimization skills, which if you don't have any, it's easy. Just search engine optimization tips, and you'll find some. I even have an article that I wrote for Paragraph Magazine, and which I'll link in the description. And you can just get them set up on Shopify, and then as long as you choose to keep that relationship going, you could help give them tips and build their online presence and get a commission from it. If you worked it out with them, you could maybe get 10% of their sales, which would, for many small business owners, would basically be found money, because once they, cover their expenses and everything, most websites out there aren't making a lot of money, and most small business owners don't have the technical skills or the inherent marketing knowledge or understanding on how to do online stuff and set up websites and stuff like that. Now, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to get rich. You're going to make money, and it's not going to be rich. It's probably going to be a modest amount of money. It would take many years to amass any kind of regular income from this, even if you set up several sites and had them going concurrently and were making 10% every month. However, that said, if you charge $300 for setup fee and help them get their stuff set up, and then after expenses, they pay you 10% of the sales. That might be $100, a couple $100 a month, every month. And, if you wanted to invest even more time, you could, of course, build that, and they would be delighted to have you on board. It's a business relationship, and you have to figure out if this is the right thing for you. But there's money to be made, and how to reach these small business owners. What I quickly realized is that we live on different planes of existence, and all my digital marketing friends hang out with my digital marketing friends, and we all work on tech and all this stuff, and all the small business owners hang out with other small business owners, and all the soap makers hang out with other soap makers, and it's just like this little ecosystem. And so you need to figure out a way to get out of your own ecosystem to make connections with people who are not as technically savvy. It turns out there's a lot of free groups out there, like the Business of Soap Making with Modern Soap Making, which I'll link in the comments, and the Indie Business Network, which is a wonderful resource. That's paid group, but it's still a really, really great resource. And you can just help people out. Don't promote yourself. Don't get out there and hustle. Like, this is not about hustling. This is about helping. And people really need help. And I kind of have a line where I help a couple people a day. I reach out, I answer a couple questions online a day. It's part of my practice of it's something I attempt to do every day and have for years, which is doing one kind thing per day. And I recommend that as a practice for yourself, just making a concerted effort to do one kind thing per day. And and just help people out. And eventually people will ask you specific questions. And if you wanted to start a blog about how to, do online marketing, if you wanted to start a video series, that takes all sorts of time to build up. I think that the connections that you can make in these small groups would probably be more effective, because you're not trying to get spotted in the ocean. You're just making personal connections. So anyway, and then as you help people, you can help people for free. You could help people for trade if you really like their products. And as you help people, you get a reputation, and you get a reputation for being helpful and honest and straightforward and a straight shooter and everything. And it's a lot of, it's not without work, as I said, but it is definitely a legitimate business, and you could do it in your pajamas at 6 o'clock in the morning. You could do it from Costa Rica. You could do it on the beach in Hawaii. You could do it from India if you wanted to work in India. You could even get people to help you with it if you wanted to hire other people to help with marketing and whatnot. I mean, this is a totally legitimate business, and it's easy to start, and it's easy to, kind of get yourself going in it. So anyway, that's one idea that I had. I have endless amounts of. Oh, right, and the Shopify platform. One thing I'll say about the Shopify platform is that it's incredibly easy to get set up, and also they have all these integrations. So they have integrations with Facebook stores, they have integrations with Facebook messengers, they have SMS order handling, they have an integration with Pinterest, Twitter, Amazon, probably eBay soon. They have all these integrations, so with the click of a button, you can actually share your clients' products on these things. Shopify has an affiliate program, which is what I've linked to up there, and so you can actually sign up for their affiliate program and get monthly checks from their affiliate network. And this is easy, and it's a totally straightforward, legitimate way of making money. If I had more time, I would probably do it myself. But I don't. I have a small business, and I'm a freelance writer, so that's my jam. But anyway, yes, if you want to work from home wherever you are, and you have minimal technical skills, but have a great interest in learning about it. Oh, and Shopify has incredibly robust documentation, so it's really easy to get started. Okay,